Thanks for that, Brian. Accusations of cronyism are once again swirling around City Hall in Boulder City. This time the focus is on the new city attorney. Now, he was hired back in September, but didn't sign a contract until March. As a part-time contractor, Stephen Morris was being paid almost twice as much as the full-time city attorney. The I-Team's George Knapp reports tonight on a hiring decision that is still simmering.
Idyllic Boulder City is a pretty sweet real estate market. Properties like these can be pricey. The properties you're seeing here are all rentals, and all are owned by the town's new city attorney. In just the last few years, Steve Morris has purchased 8 homes in Boulder City, along with a parcel of raw land, 2 more rental homes in Henderson, and a pair of properties in Bryan Head, Utah. How did a part-time assistant city attorney and his real estate agent wife afford a 14-parcel real estate empire in such a short time?
The whole thing is corrupt isn't the term, because I can't prove that money is involved, but it's very bent, twisted, biased, cronyistic, and not in the best interest of the people of Boulder City.
Retiree and frequent City Hall critic Neil Sinaikin thinks the ascendancy of Steve Morris to become city attorney stinks.
The hiring was a total stage scam that if people knew the truth of it, they would be amazed.
Morris was once the law partner of current Boulder City Mayor Rod Woodbury, and as the stake president for all the town's Mormons, Morris essentially speaks for the Almighty.
God can speak to him. He can pray to God and ask questions. God can speak to him, and then he can speak on behalf of God for those things.
As a Mormon, Stephen Stubbs accepts that authority, but as an attorney, he thinks having the town's spiritual leader hired as city attorney will lead to inevitable conflicts.
But I am saying that this is wrong. Putting him into the city attorney position is an inherent conflict, and it gives a benefit to the church that many members of the council are either members of or their spouse is a member of. And they didn't disclose this benefit.
For the past few years, Morris has been a part-time contract employee in the city attorney's office. His retainer agreement calls for $40,000 a year for a minimum of 5 hours per week, but anything over 5 hours and he can charge his regular rate, up to $375 per hour. Those hours add up. Records obtained by the I-Team show that in the year from July 2014 to July 2015, Morris received 12 checks totaling $350,000. In one of those months, he billed the city $82,000, which equates to 218 hours of legal work. Over a 3-year period, the city paid part-timer Morris $564,000, almost twice as much as the full-time city attorney. Last September, over the objections of many residents, city leaders chose Morris to become the new city attorney, but he continued to bill the city at his private rate for the following 6 months, as his contract was negotiated by a third party. Neil Sinaikin and others think the deck was stacked for the spiritual leader.
He used that as an excuse, to me, to keep billing at $325 an hour, and had not Kieran McManus called him on it in February, he'd still be billing $325 an hour.
Morris' deal includes a $40,000 raise over what his predecessor earned, plus he is allowed to still maintain his private practice on the side. George Knapp, 8 News Now.
Now, Boulder City residents filed an open meeting law violation in connection with the hiring of Steve Morris. The Attorney General recently ruled that a violation had occurred. Another related complaint is reportedly in the pipeline. We reached out to Steve Morris for an on-camera interview. He declined to speak with us, but sent a written statement, which is posted on our website.